on the Kowloon side of Hong Kong Harbor, one of the busiest harbors in the world. Behind us is Hong Kong Island as we see the representation of two of the biggest industries here, trade and tourism. The big buildings on the skyline are predominantly the banks and the major hotels. In 1993, trade with the United States was up 13% to 41 billion US dollars. In the first 6 months of this year, trade was up 10%.
The economy of Hong Kong has taken quite a change, a switch from the traditional manufacturing-based economy in the last 10 years, a switch from that, and it's gone on to a kind of an entreport trade economy, which is we do a lot of import, re-export, re-imports, things like that. You know, almost like 75–80% of the total trade through Hong Kong is now entreport trade.
The Hong Kong economy has transitioned from manufacturing to trade because in 1978, China, with its cheap labor and land, began attracting capitalistic ventures. Hong Kong-based companies employ 3 million people in nearby Guangdong province. In 1993, Hong Kong was China's second-largest trading partner behind Japan. This South China toy factory just over the border from Hong Kong is owned by a Hong Kong businessman and is making toys for Bandai of Japan for sale in North America. Hong Kong investors account for 2/3 of foreign-funded enterprises in China, and now the reverse is true.
Chinese government, through various companies owned by the government, have invested in a great way in Hong Kong's major companies. For instance, Cross Harbour Tunnel, the Cathay Pacific Airline, etc., are signs of their investing into the economic fabric of Hong Kong.
The magnitude of Hong Kong's business bustle has created a 6-day work week, astronomical real estate prices, and a breed of people who have helped make Hong Kong's biggest bank one of the most profitable financial services companies in the world.
People in Hong Kong, of course, manage their money very actively. We calculate that the average foreign exchange turnover per personal account in this bank is between 2 and 3 times as big as it would be in a typical, actually British bank, which is where we did the comparison.
The work ethic is the driving force behind Hong Kong. Many people work Saturdays, but when it comes to Sunday, it's time for recreation. This is Repulse Bay, one of the most popular recreation spots, very close to Hong Kong, less than a 30-minute drive from downtown. The water is swimmable and it's beautiful. In the past 4 years, Hong Kong real estate has appreciated 5-fold, making Hong Kong real estate the most expensive in the world. Recently, one of these view homes on Victoria Peak reportedly sold for $35 million.
In January of 1994, they rose by 1% per day, and it's one of the great bubbles of financial history. So I think once this bubble is deflated, that will have a major problem, and I believe personally that property prices will decline here by at least 50%. And they'll still be expensive.
Space is at such a premium that many of the restaurants are out on the water, floating restaurants like the jumbo floating restaurant behind me in Aberdeen Harbor.
And when you've got a strong economy, limited land supply, you're always going to have a strong real estate market. 2, you've got virtually full employment in Hong Kong at the moment. Everybody who wants a job has got a job. And everybody who's got a job, if they haven't got an apartment of their own already, they want to buy one.
Hong Kong money has flowed to real estate offshore on fears of China's 1997 takeover. Just ask any Canadian from Vancouver, like real estate developer Andre Molnar, who is using a Hong Kong bank to finance a condominium development designed to attract Hong Kong investors.
We see a lot of investment capital coming our way, and also seeing a lot of people moving into Canada and BC. And I think that the people will move to the tune of 60,000, 70,000 a year out of Hong Kong, which is very significant because the crème de la crème is moving out. But that's the nature of the situation. You know, you have a major political shift in one of the most entrepreneurial hotspots in the world, and people want to leave their options open.
The question is, will the boom continue or will it be bust on June 30th, 1997, when Hong Kong reverts back to China?